Welcome back to Winning on Taxes, and here we're talking about reporting requirements. Everybody's preparing their tax returns, everybody's getting their paperwork together, and the big question is, what needs to be reported on your tax returns? And we get this question all the time. Should I wait to file my taxes? Should I go ahead and get them done? And we're advised if you can file your taxes early, do it. But it's important to file it correctly. So if you do find a mistake later on, you can always amend your tax return, go back and fix whatever issues there might have been, and you'll be fine. So again, what needs to be reported? All income in the United States. So there are very few exceptions to what needs to be reported, but we're going to talk about that later. We're also going to talk about income from pretty much any source needs to be reported unless it's specifically held to be non-taxable. What about income from outside the IRS? That also needs to be reported. So foreign income also goes on your tax return, also is reported. So if you have any questions, should it be reported? The default answer should be, yes, I should at least ask my CPA about it. Because on most income, it gets reported one way or another. So other companies, if they do business with you, they have to issue a 1099 to write it off as a business expense. And so there's plenty of ways that the IRS and state taxing agencies have to find out if there's income or not. So I'm going to share a screen real quick, and we're going to talk about what income is non-taxable here. And this is from NerdWallet. And so there's all kinds of information, excellent information along. But this really talks about tax-free and non-taxable income, what qualifies. So general rule again, all income is taxable unless the IRS says it's not. So Congress has to speak and specifically exempt certain income. And a lot of people are asking about Social Security now. So until Congress, House and the Senate, and it hits the president's desk and he signs it, until something changes, it's taxable. So Social Security tips, all of that is still taxable until Congress speaks and says otherwise. So some of the exceptions are your boss can help you out and give you $5,250 worth of educational assistance, and it's tax-free. Adoption help from your employer. Child support. If you receive child support, they're not taxable. If you're paying it, though, and alimony, you do get taxed on it, but it's not taxable to the receiver. That changed in 2017, 2018. Payments for caring for children. Payments to care for foster parents are generally tax-free. Workers' comp. Life insurance proceeds. So if you are the recipient of life insurance proceeds, those are generally not taxable. And again, there's a few exceptions. Talk to your CPA if you have any questions. Some canceled debts. So if you go through a bankruptcy case and it was canceled when you're insolvent, then you can qualify. But again, talk to your CPA. It's very important that you get the right information and only look at what's non-taxable. So moving forward here, as we look at some of these other ones, energy conservation subsidies, municipal bond earnings, gifts, they're taxable to the giver. Doesn't mean there's no tax, but the giver is responsible for the tax, not the person that receives it. So be very careful as you go through these. Make sure that you are going over this with your CPA, with your taxpayer. So again, some accelerated death benefits, disaster relief payments, some withdrawals from a Roth IRA. You have to read the fine print. Be careful here. So again, the rule is it's taxable unless Congress said it isn't. So again, be very, very careful here and make sure that you're using the right rules for you and for your family here to make sure you're not creating some kind of tax issue. So that's what do you do if you don't have the right information though? You know you got income from a source and you just haven't gotten the W-2, the 1099, whatever kind of reported income, or sometimes it's expenses. If you haven't gotten your interest on that you've paid for student loans, for your mortgage, most of that you can get fairly easily, but you can always pull your transcripts. And so if you're not sure, if you have income you haven't gotten the information for yet, wait till after May in a given year. And you can pull those transcripts, and we'll touch on this more right after this break.